anti-Semitism mostly flourished, look at this, among Christians. If I go to Asia, where there was no Christianity, if I go to any place that Christianity did not exist, there's no anti-Semitism. Did you know that? It's amazing. The people who were warned by the Apostle Paul, by God himself, not to think that God is done with Israel, are those who instigated most of the anti-Semitism. Christians have had a problem with the exception of the status of the Jewish people. Muslims mostly have had a problem with the establishment of the state of Israel. But before the Jewish people returned to Israel, before 1948, Muslims actually did not see the Jews as enemies. Did you understand that? Israel's existence in general and their miraculous return to their ancestral homeland in particular is a major blow to replacement theology. Romans 11 says, "You will say then, branches were broken off that I might be grafted in." Well said. Because of unbelief they were broken off, and you stand by faith. Do not be haughty, but fear. For if God did not spare the natural branches, he may not spare you either. Therefore consider the goodness and the severity of God. On those who felt severity, but towards you goodness. But if you continue in his goodness, otherwise you also will be cut off. And they also, if they do not continue in unbelief, will be grafted in. For God is able to graft them in again. For if you were cut off of the olive tree, which was wild by nature, and were grafted contrary to nature into a cultivated olive tree, how much more will these who are natural branches be grafted into their own olive tree? He's not canceling them. He's saying once they repent, boom, I will accept. It's actually so natural for me to accept them. I do not desire, brethren, that you should be ignorant of this mystery, lest you should be wise in your own opinion, that blindness in part has happened to Israel until there's an expiration date. It's the only nation on planet Earth that has an expiration date for their blindness. And it says until the fullness of the Gentiles has come in. And then what? Say that. All Israel shall be saved. It is written, the deliverer will come out of Zion, and he will turn away ungodliness from Jacob. For this is my covenant with them, when I take away their sins. And Paul continued, and he said to the Christians who lived in Rome, he never met them, by the way, when he wrote it. He's never been to Rome yet. He said, concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sake. Of course, they turn you in, they turn me in, they want me dead. But look what he says. But concerning the election, they are beloved for the sake of what? The fathers. Let's go back. Promise, land, seed, blessing. He goes back to the promise. For the gifts and the callings of God are irrevocable. For as you were once disobedient to God, yet have now obtained mercy through their disobedience, even so these also have now been disobedient, that through the mercy shown you, they also may obtain mercy. For God has committed them all to disobedience, that he might have mercy on all. Israel's return to the land is a major threat also, not just to Christian insecurity, but also to Islamic superiority and ownership over the region. See, this is when the Muslims started having problem with us, when we return to the land